What's up out there in You Can Learn Guitar Land? Let's do some tap shred, blues-based pentatonic tapping runs. I'll just teach you some real simple stuff, incorporating major and minor pentatonic together and just tapping right out of the pentatonic scales and see what we can come up with. So, tuned in standard tuning, and let's get to it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a E minor based pentatonic and we're going to tap and chromatically go down until we land into the major pentatonic. The whole time we're going to be pedaling off of this 17th fret on the B string. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend up the 15th fret. So I'm just bending it up, down, and then up with a little vibrato. And then I'm going to tap on this. Right, so those of you who aren't familiar with tapping, what you're going to do in this particular sequence is you're going to tap the 17th fret first. So you're going to tap with this finger, right? Let me give you a little volume here. So you're going to tap, and then you're going to pull off, which is going to release down to this 12th fret, right? So we got, and then with your third or pinky, you know, either one, whichever one you like, you're going to hammer on. So the whole sequence is going to sound like this. Right? So you speed it up and you got... Now one thing you can do when you're tapping is you can use the palm of your hand, of the tapping finger, to really press down on these strings to help kind of mute out. Now you might get some string noise when you slide a little bit, but the open string sounds will be greatly reduced if you mute somehow with this hand, or however you want to tap, whatever's comfortable. If you come at it from this angle or this angle, down, or some people tap up as well. So whatever's comfortable for you. So in this sequence, you're basically going to be going like this. Right? So you're keeping that same step and a half, whole step plus a half step, right? And you're just going to go down one fret at a time until this first finger gets to the 9th fret on the B string. And the whole time you're going to be tapping this 17th fret on the B string. Right? So all really slowly it's going to sound like this. Now what I'm going to do there is, you might have seen with this finger, I just flicked it instead of picking. Instead of trying to reach for my pick and then go back, I just flicked it. Now, since my palm is right here and this hand is also muting, I can get away with flicking all the way across the strings and just having one note come out. Right? So that's the advantage of muting. Really try to work on muting. I still struggle with it myself, and I've been playing guitar forever. So anyways, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend up that 11th fret G string a whole step. Now we're in E major pentatonic, first position. So what I did right there is I tapped on the 16th fret of the G, and without releasing it, I slid into the 14th fret. So we got... And now I pull off. While this bend is still up, being held up a whole step. So we got... And then I release the bend. Right? So that's a way to get from minor pentatonic into major pentatonic, you know, and that'll work over just a typical blues progression. I think Van Halen does that in a song called Ice Cream. No, I'm the One. It's called I'm the One. So you can hear him do that in that particular song, that kind of a riff. Lots of people do it. But anyways, that'll give you some context of how to apply it. what we can also do is we can take a run out of major and minor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, what appears to be the minor pentatonic scale, right? And I'm going to add major notes to it. So I'm going to add the back of the major scale right here. And I'm going to incorporate all those notes together. So now what I have is the A string. I have 11, 12, 14. D string, 11, 12, 14. G string, 11, 12, 14. And then I'm going to have the B and the E strings having 12, 14, and 15. Again, that's 12, 14, and 15. And we can come up with all sorts of runs out of that. So let's try a run here. Again. One more time. So what we're doing there is I'm just going right, so we got 11, 12, 14, and then I'm going to go down to 11 on the D string. So that's a hammer on to 12, pull off, back to the A string, 14. So we got, and then that's going to be on the G string. I'm going to go. So we got. Again. Now if you notice, I'm not even picking that. I'm just doing that one initial. Right? You can pick it if you want. So, and then the next part is I'm just hammering on from 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 15, and then I'm bending up. And now I'm going up to the 19th fret and just making a tap. So we got, and then a hammer on and a pull off on the high E string from 12, 15 back to 12. So we got. Right, so there's another idea of incorporating major and minor scales together. We can go down into the A minor pentatonic and try a different position. So let's see what we can come up with down here. Right, so right out of that is the A minor pentatonic. I'm just going to bend up on the 8th fret of the B string. You know, you can get whatever. That would just be bending up. And what I'm doing there is I'm bending up a whole step on the 7th fret. And while it's up a whole step, I'm going to tap on the 12th fret of the G string. So we got. And then I'm going to pull off and release it down and go. So I tap and I pull off. And what I do is when I tap, the sequence will actually go tap, pull off, open. And then I'm going to go up, and without hitting any picking, I'm going to just hammer on, right, from 5 to 7 on the string above. So altogether it's, and then I'm going to tap. Again, really slowly. Right, so that's an A minor lick. So what I'm doing there is I'm basically taking an A major arpeggio, but it's going to be 6, 7, 9, and then I'm going to skip over the B string and go 5, 7, 9. So we got. Alright, so we got. So what I did there is I hammered on, and then I tapped on the 12, right? So tap 12, 15, 12, and then with this finger, my tapping finger, I actually hit. Or you can either hit or just go straight into. So all together we got. Or it's up to you. So that's just another idea of things you can do. So I'm just using the notes in the pentatonic scale, in this case A minor pentatonic, but down here I'm using major. Right? Major sounding run down here and a minor position up here. Right? You can do that. Or whatever you want to do. Up here, the notes out of the minor pentatonic, down here, major pentatonic. And get some cool sounding. Let's see if we can come up with another one down here in E, and then we'll let you take the ball in the court and make up your own riffs. All right, let's see if we can come up with one more. Alright, so right there what I did is I'm going to hammer on 17, and I'm going to go out of this E minor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, right, so I'm hammering 17, pulling off to 15, 12, open, and then hammer back on, right? Right, so this is basically tapping out of the E minor pentatonic. Then I'm going to move down and tap right out of the E major pentatonic. Or you can actually use this minor note right here. So we got. And then I'm going to go down to the 12th fret and tap 9, 7, open, 7, 9. And then go down to 5 and 7. And then bend up the 7th fret. So all together we got. Again. So play around with tapping in different spots, right? So you got, all right, so check and see if there's any links down there for you. Marty loves you. You can learn guitar. You can learn shred. You can learn whatever you want. Just practice. It's all it takes. Practice, practice, practice. Have some fun. Be positive. That's one thing I want to tell everybody. I see some heckling going down out there. Let's all have some fun. This is cool. This is fun. We got free lessons from Marty. Free lessons from me. There's free lessons from a lot of people out there. If someone's going through the time to video and put out stuff for free, whether you like it or not, you know, if you don't like it, just go, move on, you know, go to happier, greener, shredding pastures. And let's try to keep a positive vibe out there. All right, have a good one, you guys. See ya.